Hi, it's Lorraine at LorrainePurcell.com with your powerful process. And I am so excited to talk to you today about depression, because depression is something that I think I've pretty much had since I was 2. I had a defining event when I was 2 that just sent me into a tailspin of self-doubt and depression. And I was even suicidal as a 7-year-old with eating disorders. It's pretty sad, I know, but I'm wanting to share this because if my life can be an inspiration to you, that's what I'm all about. So I'm excited to reveal to you how I actually got off of Zoloft and went on. I'm doing fabulously now. I might have a few down days here and there, but it's nothing like it was debilitating. So it all happened when my mom died in 1995, and I was so sad I couldn't stop crying, and so the doctor put me on Zoloft, and that became the journey of almost 17 years. I could not get off of it. Every time I tried to get off, I couldn't move. I was so lethargic, I was frozen. So I finally met a coach, Ken Foster, who revealed some things to me that just opened up my courage to really take this one more time, because I did not like being on a medication. I wanted to take it like a woman. I wanted to deal with my feelings and grow through them. So he said to me, you know, those thoughts that go through your head are not your thoughts. And I thought, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And he said, no, they're entities. They're just floating around in the air. He goes, there's one right there. Zing, 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 zing. And he could see them. I, of course, couldn't see them, but I'm like, okay, I've tried everything else. I'm going to try this. So he said, you know, you call me if you have some problems. I'm here for you, but, you know, give it a try if you want. So I said, okay. And I started to analyze when the thoughts would come in my head like, oh, you're such a loser. You're a failure. You're this, you're that. All these self-criticizing, demeaning thoughts, I would say, whose thoughts are these? And 9 times out of 10, they would just lift. Like they had no weight, they did not belong to me. And they would lift and they'd be gone, simply because I confronted those thoughts. So that was the beginning. And then I took my 100 milligram pill of Zoloft, and every month I would shave off about 1/8 of a tab. So every month I went down 1/8 of a tab. Now, I'm not telling you to get off your meds. Believe me, I'm not telling you to get off your meds with this. I'm just giving you some tips that worked for me, and to encourage you that maybe there's not something wrong with you. Because what I found out was that there's nothing wrong with me. I had some sad feelings because my mom had died. Then I got on this pill and I couldn't get off. So every month I would shave off another half of a tab, eighth of a tab, and I would deal with the new feelings that would come up. And it wasn't that bad, because I would slowly come off, slowly come off, slowly come off. There were some other things that helped me. And then within 9 months, I was completely off of Zoloft. So I was taking it straight now. Like, what are these feelings? What are these things that are freaking me out, that are coming into me and making me feel so bad? What are these feelings? I'm going to address them one by one. I'm going to knock them down. So some of the other things that I found was that, you know, outnumbering those bad self-critical thoughts, like, I am wonderful, I am good, listening to people like Louise Hay, like Wayne Dyer, these spiritual giants who have overcome massive things in their own life. I would listen to them, and I actually listen to stuff like this all night long while I sleep, and all day long. All day long. In my car, I don't listen to the music, I don't listen to the radio, I don't watch the news. If something is important, I will find out about it, but I do not need to bathe myself in the small amount of people who are doing horrible things to each other in the world. So I go to great lengths to take care of my emotional psyche. Another thing is that, you know, I find that in my practice as a counselor and as a coach, even if I'm feeling down, I'm so happy that I get to interact with other people and help them, because it gets me outside of myself and outside of my deal. So what are some things you can do to give? Is there somebody in your neighborhood who needs some help? Is there a homeless shelter who needs some help? Is there something, you know, going on like that you can actually go outside of yourself and give? Then another tip is to exercise. You know, it's impossible. It's literally impossible to exercise and feel bad. It's clinically proven that you cannot exercise and feel bad at the same time. So if you do some sort of exercise every single day, you're golden. And I know it's the last thing you feel like doing. You know, you don't want to get out of your slippers in your house coat or out of your bed. But you know, if you just get yourself out of bed and walk even around the block, you're improving your situation. And just do something like that every single day. And then be gentle with yourself when you're having these bad days. You know, my mom used to say to me when I'd come home from school crying every single day in the 5th and 6th grade, she'd say, you know, tomorrow's going to be a better day. And she was right. Tomorrow always was a better day. And she would also say, it's the bad days that make us appreciate the good days. I've also found that to be true. So you can even take a nap or go to bed early, but definitely be gentle with yourself when you're in these times. And I remember hearing even Dr. Laura Schlesinger saying that when she has her down days, she's really gentle with herself. So, wow, that encouraged me. And then the last tip I have is an amazing tip that I just discovered not too long ago. And it's just as, no matter how bad I'm feeling, if I just say, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. You cannot say that 3 times and not get a smile on your face. It is so amazing how the things that we say and the thoughts in our head completely dictate how we feel. So try it. Say it with me right now. I'm so happy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. Or I love my life, I love my life, I love my life. I'm contributing to the world. I'm a fabulous contribution to the world. People love and appreciate me. So make a list of all these things that you can say to yourself. It is just so important and nourishing. So I would love to hear how this goes for you. Email me at Lorraine@LorrainePurcell.com or info@LorrainePurcell.com. Let me know how this goes for you. And I'm just really happy to kind of come out of the closet with my depression deal, because I don't feel depressed anymore. I have depressive moments, and that's another thing I want to tell you. Everybody feels this way. Don't let anybody fool you. Nobody likes to talk about this. I love talking about things that people don't like to talk about. So the things that people are always like, oh, I have such a, you know, it's this big smile, everything's great. It's like, no, they have down times. People just don't like to talk about it. It's like the winter. That's when everything hibernates. It's not always, yay, I'm blooming, I'm throwing off pollen. It's like, no, I'm hibernating. I'm going into rest. And so when you're in those moments and you need to rest, I invite you to just rest. So there you have it. Let me know how that goes. Blessings.